What's going on, Leo? Sun, moon, and rising. We are in your season, so a very happy birthday to you. So we're going to talk about the last half of 2025, what's coming up, love, career, general energy. So if you resonate, put your energy into my reading so I can read for your specific energy. Do make sure that you check your sun, moon, and rising signs to get a whole picture of all the energies coming in. And if you would like to book a personal reading, that information will be in the description below. But let's get right into it. All right, Leo. So for the overall energy of the next half of the year, I think that the first half of the year you have been in mental overdrive, okay? Overthinking, doubting yourself, really maybe even trying to control situations and outcomes. So this has, really, I think, exhausted you mentally the first half of the year. And the second half is about moving into a place of creative rebirth. The Empress is here. So you're moving into a time of abundance, of creativity, and you're going to stop letting go of that control, and you're going to be very, very attractive at this time. So just step into that abundance, step into that magnetism. And the message here to me is clear. Let go of trying to be logical about everything. Let things flow, let your creativity flow, and allow this transformation, because the next chapter of this year, it's not about control. It's about becoming, and it's about flow. So I pulled a moonology, new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. So from overthinking to abundance, allow that transformation. Do not fight it. All right, so let's talk about singles. So the last half of the year, I see you actually really gaining clarity about love, and particularly about the things that you do not want. So you could have, I think you really spent the first half of the year struggling with this, like maybe not being sure what you wanted, or maybe still thinking of past people and trying to decide, like, or even have some hope, like, oh, okay, well, could they change? Could they, work on I think you were still holding hope to the past. Okay. But I think the last half of the year, you are becoming very, very clear, as I said, about what you do not want, okay? And I actually see potential of someone from the past maybe resurfacing or lingering in your energy, but you're not chasing that illusion. I think the first half of the year, you still had the illusion that a past person and you could work out. But now you're seeing this is not going to be possible. So this is a time of emotional discernment, healing past old love stories, because you have to do that in order to step into something new. So I don't see anything meaningful happening in the last half of the year. It's more of you gaining clarity. Alrighty, so Leos that are in a current relationship that are potentially having some issues or struggles, the Sun card, the 10 of Cups, okay? Although we have the Chariot reversed and then the Knight of Cups. So, I mean, this is a very, very strong foundation of love and happiness, but things have slowed down a bit. Things have stalled. Life has just gotten in the way. This has maybe caused some disagreements to come up, or you've noticed some differences within one another, but this foundation of love is still here. You and your partner need to reignite that emotional intimacy, and both people need to put that effort in. What you are lacking here, both parties, okay, are effort into the romance. Yes, life is busy. Yes, things get hard, things get in the way, but you can't just throw romance on the back burner and having quality time with one another and like planning fun dates and stuff like that and expect a relationship to just continue on, Relationships are work. So I see that if you guys start putting more effort in the last half of the year, then this really can evolve into something that is truly fulfilling, happy for both of you. But effort is required on both parts, okay? So if you are inquiring about a past person, Knight of Cups, this person is still in your energy and they're still holding emotional weight. But 7 of Cups reverse, the choice is clear. The action is clear. Well, the truth is clear, okay? This person hasn't followed through on their actions and they're not going to now. So if you're still hoping for a change within them, then the last half of the year, you really need to come to terms with the truth. This person is not going to change. You have seen them clearly. You see them clearly. You do know deep down that what you see is what you get. And you're just letting like emotional nostalgia override their inconsistent actions. They were inconsistent when you were together, and they're still inconsistent now if you are speaking with this person. But regardless, you might be telling yourself a story of who you believe that they can be, but you really need to see the truth. You know the truth. You just actually, maybe it's more about like accepting it. So you really got to work on this. And I mean, this person could continue to still be in and out. And that's what still is like kind of giving you hope, but they're doing the same old stuff that they have been doing for however long this has been going on for. So it's really like, how long are you going to let this hold you back for? Because it's pretty clear that it's not going to work out and they're not going to change. So what you're really doing is holding yourself back from your actual person. So there you go. Okay, so if you are an entrepreneur or making some financial moves, working on a business, anything in that realm, so either something has happened that there has been, let's call it dishonesty, or at the very least misalignment with someone in your circle or someone that you're dealing with. And you have basically been through the ringer, 9 of Wands, Wounded Warrior card. So you have been through it, or if this hasn't happened yet, you are going to be going through it. So potentially, you know, something is going to come up in the next couple months that's going to cause distrust. And so what you're doing in this time period for the last half of the year is learning who to trust and what path is actually truly aligned and feels aligned with what you want to do. So this phase is going to be a rebuilding phase. And if someone does betray you, then I mean, I would look at that as a blessing, that it's come out instead of, you know, allowing them deeper and deeper and deeper into your life, into your business, dealing with your money. And so make sure that you are, you know, not like going into a negative hole because of this, because this is a blessing at the end of the day. As I said, you're going to rebuild from this and you're going to come out stronger, better, and more aligned to what your purpose actually is. And then you can plant new seeds from a place of truth and not fear, because you might be acting on fear because you might kind of sense that this person is dishonest with you, but you might be like in your head about it. No, they wouldn't do that. Or no, I trust this person. But in your gut, you know. But just know this is going to come out, or it has, and that's okay. And this is a time for you to truly rebuild your path and align yourself with what is best for you. All right, so with a job or a career that you're currently in, I think this year you've really been feeling a financial strain, or if not that, major dissatisfaction with what you're currently doing. And it just could be something about the job, the people you work with, not getting paid enough, whatever it is. And it really has been weighing heavy on you. But this is going to be coming to a close, the world reversed, and then this spread is ending with the world. So this cycle is coming to an end, and there's going to be a major shift for you in 2026. New opportunities, maybe other job offers, or maybe you're going to want to do something completely different. So know that that change is coming, and use the second half of this year to get rest, not drive yourself crazy. Re-strategize and figure out what you do want to do instead of focusing on potentially like how you're miserable right now, but like not, I see you as not really making, like haven't been making any plans of how to get out of it or how to change that. And so I think you're like pretty worked up and pretty unhappy about that. So just know that you're not going to be stuck with this forever, and just try and like relax a little, get through it, pay the bills, and spend the last half of the year on creating some other plans, because you're on to the next cycle in 2026. So your personal growth lesson for the last half of the year, your growth is coming from learning how to move with purpose, not with panic. Okay, Knight of Swords and the Star. So first half of the year may have been chaotic and you have just been like reacting to things and moving with panic, but the Star is reminding you of your path. Stay committed. You don't need to rush. Healing is your power, okay? Your voice will inspire others. So focus on your healing and move intentionally. Final advice from Spirit. you have the ability to prosper, okay? So I think you have been through a lot. You have been through a lot of grief, and you have gone from being an emotional wreck to being able to master and handle emotions that other people would just completely drown in. So remember, you have done a good job, even though if you might not feel it sometimes, okay? You have done a good job. You have been through a lot. You have been through a lot. But it's time to turn your pain into purpose and your emotional wisdom into prosperity. So do not let those emotions spiral out of control. I mean, everyone has bad days, but remember, King of Cups, what you have overcome. And remember, you may have lost, but there's still amazing things in your life. Everyone's had loss, but you still have things that are there, people that are there, places that are there. There are opportunities. So just remember how strong you were and focus on that. And I see like you being very prosperous. You are getting more and more into the right frequency and vibration. Okay. What's coming next is embodied power, truth, and soulful expansion. Remember, Leo, you are shedding an old version of yourself that relied on logic, control, and force. Trust the shift. Stop fighting with yourself and realize, trust, and know that you're stepping into something richer than you have ever imagined. So, Leos, have an amazing birthday season. If this resonated, do let me know in the comments down below. Sub to my channel. I'm always posting content. And if you do want that personal reading, head to my website, TarotpyWithAly.com. The information is all in the description. Alrighty, Leos. Kill your season, okay?